All right. Oh, wait. Wait one momentito. Hold on. Let me try one thing. We got to have our shameless plug. You can't have a show without a shameless plug.
Do you trust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is nodemarket.io. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. Nodemarket.io.
There we go. Shameless as ever. All right, let's see what's going on. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Costa Rica. Down there with Jerry. I mean, and all the other people that live in Costa Rica. Angel Finance. I don't know what that is. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So today we're talking about a few things. One thing is we're going to go back and talk about the compounding decision theory, which is a way to kind of reduce the extra utility, the compounding effect you get of good decision making over your peers, and how you can reduce that game theoretically into like points, and you can see very clearly how like effective that can be. So we'll talk about that. We talked about it one time before, but maybe we glossed over it. One thing that I'm seeing a lot of is just not that people are not smart. There's a lot of smart people, but people don't always put their decision making in the correct context, or they don't have a framework for making good decisions, or they make bad decisions. Like this rug that has patterns on it, and then moving a chair around with wheels on a rug that has patterns on it, because they get stuck in those little spaces between. Not wise on my part. Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to talk about compound decision theory, and then we're going to kind of introduce this new kind of economics, AI economics. So like economics in the AI world that we are all now living in. And I think Sam Altman said, like, this is 2024 is going to be the most interesting year in human history, except for every single year that follows. So kind of keep that in mind. Everything that looking backwards, everything is broken. So, I mean, in a good way, a lot of it's creative destruction. It's not all bad, but you should probably keep in mind that the world is just different. It's forever different. And you don't have AI exposure in your life. Forget investment exposure. If you don't have AI exposure in your life, you're going to get your ass kicked everywhere you look. You're going to be everybody's going to be better at everything than you are. Even lames, even rubes that are using AI are just going to be better at everything than the best you've ever been at anything in your entire life will be milk toast. It just won't be able to compete with the average person leveraging AI. So Just saying. No, we have not started any marketing of Node Market. None. Because we're not there yet. I think that what we're kind of waiting for is the Node licenses to be active. I've got some information on that too. So as far as hypercycle goes, because I always get like 40 hypercycle questions. Fair enough. We're all excited. It looks like while some testing is already going on, it has been going on as far as compute, there's a couple of things that they're trying it's kind of pushing the narrative towards June, July. And there's like a couple of different things. So one of the things is pushing them that way is it's just too fucking expensive to do anything on Ethereum. As you guys know, Ethereum is a total trash dumpster fire. It's expensive to use. It's pretty slow. It's clunky. Its only real use case now is as an investment asset for a bunch of Wall Street assholes that are going to fleece Joe Sixpack and Grandma. What would Grandma's name, Joe Sixpack's grandma, be? Grandma Case? Grandma, what's the big thing of beer? Keg? Grandma Keg? Grandma Kegger? Whatever. Anyway, like Wall Street will fleece them into, and they're going to push them into Bitcoin, which I think is a fair decision. They're going to fleece them into Ethereum, which I think is a crappy decision. But Ethereum is going to be treated as an investment asset. It's already pretty clear. The fact that BlackRock's rolling out products on their BUIDL, 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 their real world asset issuance, whatever platform on Ethereum, when they know it is clearly a piece of garbage asset as far as utility. Use, tons of use. Wide scale adoption, absolutely. Utility, it is a pile of shit. It's expensive. It would cost someone right now. Everybody's like, I want to get my master node done and get all my nodes split and all this. It would cost someone to break a master node all the way down somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000 right now. So, I mean, dang. So Nana 2 keg. That's pretty good. Nana 2 keg. Nana 2 keg. 2 kegger. Kegger. Nana keg. Anyway, GPAC. So that's what's going on there. So you have that. You have the price of Ethereum being a real hindrance to the process. They want to be very elegant. So what they're trying to do is just get everyone directly to the they're trying to take a bunch of tech steps to get everyone past all of these Ethereum fees. And because it doesn't matter if you're making like, it doesn't matter if you're making $10 a day, $10 a day per node. If it takes you thousands of bucks in Ethereum fees to get there, you're in the hole for like 7 or 8 months. So they would rather develop for 2 or 3 more months a more elegant pathway for us into the compute era. Hyper PG is redoing their website. That's another thing. And so there's all of these kind of pieces fitting together that will make it easier for people to make their way into compute. Make sense? Yes. So they're doing that. So, which I kind of support. I don't like the idea. I mean, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of Ethereum, and I don't like the idea of people getting their faces melted just doing Ethereum swaps and conversions. So that. All right. So that's the hypercycle. That's the economics of the hypercycle ecosystem. But they are still working on a lot of like other stuff behind the scenes. Some that they'll talk about that's may have some loose affiliation with quantum computing and quantum resistance as we move forward, which is good. And some other stuff. They've got like they're onboarding a lot of compute clients, but that's like a slow kind of clunky process. The idea is they don't want that to be a slow clunky process. They're also trying to streamline that. So they're trying to streamline the businesses that would enter the ecosystem to utilize your node licenses, utilize your nodes. They're trying to make it more elegant to do the marriage and transition into the compute era from the perspective of us, Joe Sixpack. So that will make things more elegant. And they're trying to make the process better in the long run to get to the native asset. Right. And then also they're trying to sunset the Binance token just to get away from Binance. So yes, there we go. And the bridge is open. Okay. I don't know if anybody knew that the Ethereum developer community was just going to just completely give up. I mean, there's just a lot of, I know that they're working and they're pushing and Ethereum's always doing stuff. Yeah, they're always doing stuff, but none of it is to get Ethereum just as capable as Cardano or Cosmos or Algorand was a year ago or 2 years ago. There's no way, it's not likely that Ethereum will ever catch up to what they've been doing for years at these other kind of, third kind of iteration layer ones. So yeah, we're kind of stuck with that bullcrap because also, when this ETF comes for Ethereum, so the way the timeline looks is in May, there's a bunch of decision periods that the SEC has. They're going to punt that for sure. That's getting punted. No one should buy into that hype. The ETF's coming. It's very unlikely. And the SEC is already subpoenaing the Ethereum Foundation for information regarding tokens they've launched and things like that. This ain't happening anytime soon. So May is definitely getting booked, punted. It looks like August would be the soonest realistic actual launch. So maybe by August, they'll have all this crap sorted out. Maybe by August, sorted out. Maybe. Okay. Dr. Cutler asks, Nick, can you post the chart of the HYPC node per day that you did the other week on the website? To keep your energy up. No, I can't. I don't have it. Let me see. I don't think I have let me look and see if I can find it in the chat. Maybe before I say no. I don't know where I posted it. I don't remember when. Hold on. Let me scan. I'm doing some scanning. It's been a minute since I posted that thing, but I think I put it in the crypto and coffee one. Did I not? If I did, I'll snatch it and maybe I can put it on screen. Oh, you know what? I used it in a video. It's on my other computer. So the computer that I took to the roof was not this one. So unless okay, estimated node, maybe this is it. Oh, that was weird. Some buttons got pressed. Anyway, maybe this is it. Give me a second. I may have it. If I have it there, okay, I'm doing some fancy schmancy stuff. Let me see. Let me go to settings. Let me share screen with a window. Nope. Oh, no. This is easy. Let me make it easy. Entire screen. Nope. Window. Nope. Node market. Window. Yes. And then what I can do is I can take this thing wherever it went. I got to find it. If I can find it, give me a second. Make this one go down. You're making me do a lot of shit for this stupid little JPEG. Hold on. Let's see if this is it. Okay, that's it. So let me put it in here. Okay, that should be it. Hopefully you can see it. And I will move the question. Okay. So this is part of your AI economics. I can shrink this. Look at this. to a point where we can all almost. Can you go down? Minus. God damn it. There. And I guess at that point we can make it bigger. Okay, so this this chart is basically one that we did, assuming that each node was going to get you. Okay, this is one of the charts. Now, let me tell you what this chart does. So a lot of people looking at this are like, what the smoke? This chart tells you that if you were assuming 10 cents per node per day, which is like very minimal. That'd only be $3 per node per month total. 10 cents per node per day. Then this would have to be the equivalent hypercycle token price to match the return that you're making in the hypercycle ecosystem doing compute. Okay, does everybody understand this? Because we're gonna get a little bit in the weeds, but it will make sense. How do you know this is accurate? Oh, Howard, you slay me. No, James, this is not live. This has been pre-recorded. I just knew that you were going to ask a question. I timed it because I do technical analysis, and that's how good I am. All right. So what this means is, let's say you had a bunch of tokens and you decided not to participate in compute, and you just said, "No, I'm YOLOing, bro. I'm holding these tokens. I'm about to get paid. These tokens are going to the moon." All right. Well, if you were taking those same tokens, marrying them to a license and participating in compute, this is what they would have to be worth after each split for that to work out. So essentially right now, holding the token gets you somewhere close to what you'd be getting paid after 2 splits, right? Break even. So it's 90 cents. So a little bit less. So it's 18 to 20 cents, 18 to 20% less. But long story short is that between 1 and 2 nodes is about what the token's worth right now. After the 3rd split, you'd have to have $2.18 per hypercycle token to equal what you're getting paid running compute. At the 4th split, the hypercycle token price would have to be $4. At the 5th split, 9, 6th, 18, 7th, 36, 8, 72, 145, 291. So do you guys so do you understand what this is saying? This means that for those of you that just want to hold the token and you have and that's fine. People, you can do that. You can trade this and do all sorts of fancy schmancy stuff. But this is only as long as you have decent equipment or or leveraging someone else's decent equipment. I mean, this could come in as soon as 5 years, 60 months. 60 months is a lease on a car, bro. So in 60 months, if your hypercycle tokens are not worth $291 a token, and let's be honest, that was loud. I hope that's the trash guys and not the cat. Anyway, there is no universe. There's no universe where the hypercycle token is $291. Let's get this straight. I love the company. I love the team. I love the token. There's no fucking chance post or pre-apocalypse where the price of one single hypercycle token is $291, meaning you should seriously consider parking some of those bad boys into compute and getting paid some revenue. Now, if I can find the other one, this is the tricky one. I don't remember when I did this video. I did that video. Anyway, I've got them on my other computer. I can show you another time, but the long of it was, gosh, who did I text? I texted this to somebody too. There's no way to find it, man. There's no way to find it. If someone finds it, by all means, push it over to me and I'll display it. But anyway, that's what that is. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back here. Okay. Anyway, so that's where we are there. I think at this point, do I have any cool pictures? Ooh, Yes. This is a good picture. This is a good, solid AI economics. This is our new term, economics. And you'll sound really cool at the dinner table if you say it. Economics. 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 Let's just crown it. Kitty, come here. Come here. We're going to talk compound decision theory. Come here, Bubba. I brought Voodoo is now living here with Loki as of last night. Meow meow. She's behind me. If she comes over, we'll do a cameo. Come here, Bubba. Come here. You do a cameo? We'll be famous. Meow meow. She's not having it. She's not having it. Okay. Let's switch gears then. Let's go get into some AI. Let's get into some AI stuff. And let's get into some economic stuff. And let's get into some decision theory stuff. And I won't spend too much time on it. We'll spend about 5 or 10 minutes on decision theory. And then we'll do some more Q&A. We might even take a look at markets, but we're not going to talk about investing. We're just going to talk about very vague conceptual things, not specific $2, 3 cents, blah, blah, blah. No, you got to be vague today. You got to open your mind up. Make sense? Good.
Hello. You're late.
You're bad at math, but I'm giving you an A+ in confidence.
Just doing what I gotta do.
Extra credit.
Okay, so I think best place, let's go. That's good. It's kind of a nice little background jam. I try to get that one recorded into the other thing too. It's a good one. Okay, let us talk about compound decision making or incrementally better decisions. Kitty. Incrementally better decisions. So I want everyone in the chat to write, I endeavor, listen to what I'm saying. This is the whole thing. I endeavor to make incrementally better decisions. Let's see how many people can get that. I endeavor to make incrementally better decisions. It doesn't mean you have to be a genius tonight. It doesn't mean you have to be outsmarting the world. Come here, Kitty. You want to say hi? It means you endeavor. You endeavor. You're going to try. You're going to push towards. You're going to motivate yourself to make incrementally better decisions. There we go. There's the baby. This is the big baby. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Ooh. I haven't said hi in a while. Hi. Hi. All right. Let's go play. Go play with your brother. Or they were getting after each other. I endeavor to make incrementally better decisions. Why? Let's get into it. And let me know if the sound is okay. I'm back on the big box that has all the dials. I can touch the dials now. All right. I always get kind of excited to talk about this concept, and mostly people just kind of ignore it. And this is the way you get, listen, anybody can get rich. As we all know, like rich, poor, wealth, poverty, those are decisions. They are delineations socioeconomically, but they're also decisions. It's a mindset. So if someone says, what's your mindset? And I know this sounds Anthony Robbins. It sounds bullshitty and spammy, but honestly, what is your mindset? Your mindset. Is it a wealth mindset? Is it a poverty mindset? I mean, I'll say, oh, it's a wealth. You don't have to answer that, by the way. But you need to think about it. So this concept that, to me, it's really fascinating, and it is immensely practical. And this is the power of incremental improvements in your decision-making. Specifically, what I want to kind of focus on is how applying game theory into everyday decisions, and we talk about game theory all the time, right? The strategic interdependencies or interactions between players in a game, right? Well, how would applying that game theory, SIPG, into your everyday decisions, non-monetary decisions, every decision, in little bitty tiny ways, how that can lead to really, really significant gains over time? Because there's a compounded interest effect to better decision-making, how it propagates outwards, right? So let's lay the groundwork with some numbers. So we're going to imagine a person who makes you guys are going to do the math with us. Yeah, that abundance mindset. But better than that, it's a game theoretical mindset, right? Even tiny decisions, even insignificant decisions add up. So we're going to do all the math together. So everybody, we're going to say that we make an average of 100 decisions per day. So I want you to write, I make 100 decisions per day. All right, let's see it in the box. How many we got? How many we got here? 109. That's almost 200 people. All right. I make 100 decisions a day. Of these, 20 of these are important. All right. And 100 total decisions, 20 important decisions, 10 crucial or critical decisions. Okay. So this is our basic math. We make 100 decisions a day. 20 of them are important. 10 of them are critical or crucial. Like, don't drive into oncoming traffic, or like unplug the machine that keeps Granny alive. Real decisions. It's probably a lot more than this. This is just a very simple 10,000 foot. All right. So if a person uses the principles of game theory to make decisions that are on average just 10% better than the people around them, we'll call them your peers. It may not be, right? But let's say that we can make decisions that are just 10% better. Okay? So we make 100 decisions. 20 of them are important. 10 of them are crucial or critical. And we're going to use game theory throughout our lives. And we're going to gain 10% over our peers. So for important decisions, each decision is 10% better, which yields 0.1 benefit points. So I want you to write that down. Important decisions are 10% better, which yields 0.1 benefit points, right? You say 10 basis points. 0.1 benefit points, 0.1. For crucial decisions, that's right. But remember, you have to qualify it, Sean. You have to say, this is for important decisions. For crucial decisions, you're going to get a higher value because you're making these decisions because you're using game theory and other people are not. So you're going to make a decision that is 20% better, which is 0.2 benefit points. This is for your critical or crucial decisions. Okay? Simply by using, it's probably 50% better, 90% better, but we're going on the low. We're just assuming the least yield. Yes. Important decisions yield us 0.1 benefit points. Crucial decisions yield us 0.2 benefit points. Okay? And everybody else is getting 0. They're just going through life, doing whatever makes them feel good, whatever. YOLO, bro. Anyway, so if you add this up daily, each person that is employing game theory in and around their life is earning 4.0 benefit points each day just by making game theoretically slightly better decisions about 10% better than their peers. 10% better is getting us about 4 benefit points. Okay? And again, I say there's a higher value to the crucial or critical decisions because that's when game theory really separates you from the crowd. And it really is much more than like 20%. But again, we're getting 4 benefit points a day just by making slightly better decisions. You say, well, that doesn't really seem like so much. And so, but then you scale it up. Let's say, okay, let's look at an amount of time in a week. Real quick, how many hours are in a week? People, how many hours are in crypto each week? 168. 168 hours in a crypto week. How many are in a Wall Street week? 30 to 36, 30 to 35 hours. Think about how much more time we have in crypto to get it right over and over, to get it right. You don't need leverage. You don't need leverage in the crypto, in the AI space, in economics. You don't need leverage. You have leverage because you have time. Time is leverage. Time is the reward. Hey, kitty. So let's continue. So again, doesn't seem like a lot, but then you go to a week. This amounts to 28 extra benefit points. In a month, it's 120. In a year, it is 1,460 benefit points. You say, what the shit is a benefit point? Fair question, fair question. This is just a way of us quantifying how much more benefit we're getting. Remember that each of these, a benefit point is like a full 100%, a decision that you made 100% better than your peers. They chose black, you chose red, you won. They chose 6, you chose 3, they lost. Like zero sum, 100% yield answers. You have 1,460 of these a year. Let me tell you something, bro. In practical terms, by making incrementally better decisions, this individually effectively makes 37,960 effective decisions in a year compared to 36,500 regular decisions made by an average person. So not only is your efficacy higher, but you're making an extra 1,460 decisions that are 100% better than your peers. And a lot of those are critical. Think about that. Critical decisions in your life. Nearly 1,500 critical decisions that you make 100% better than your peers. Oh, I lost all my money. Oh, well, I didn't. You're a clown. I'm not. Like that big of a difference. So the key takeaway here is this kind of compounding effect, the power of compounding interest in decision making. So in the same way that you have financial interest, right? Small improvements that compound over time, in the same way that you have predatory debt, high interest that compounds over time that robs you of like cash and credit availability and your ability to like function as a human, right? It's like compounding interest works both ways. It also works in decision making. So the principle is not just like theoretical, it's a practical tool that you can employ, but you have to kind of math it out so that it makes sense. Why am I trying to make incrementally better decisions? Because they equal whole decisions. 5 critical decisions that you do 20% better than your peers yields 100% better decision in a critical scenario. It's all the same when you look at it from 10,000 feet. It doesn't matter that you were 20% better on 10 decisions. That's 2 whole decisions better than your peers, 100% better, black and white better. So in game theory, every single decision you make is an opportunity to strategize, right? It is a chance for you to optimize your outcomes, right? Your reward function. So by applying this mindset to every decision you make, all of them, you gain cumulative advantages that are far beyond their very obvious at the moment, advantage. So it's like building a muscle. You go to the gym, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you can lift. The more you can lift, the more muscle you tear, the stronger you get. The stronger you get, the more you can lift, the more you can, you get it, right? Come here. You want to come up? Wow. Come up and say hi. Did this make sense? So, oh, no, don't go up there, Bubba. So be conscious of the decisions that you make, right? Then evaluate the potential outcomes. What is the best case scenario? What is the worst case scenario? What are the probabilities? And the more you do this, the more comfortable you get doing it. And yes, it also, well said, Greenfield, it also helps you overcome the outcomes of past bad decisions where you look back and you lament, oh, this, oh, that. If you want to have some fun, it's not fun, but it will help you resolve some issues. Go back and game theory out past decisions that maybe turned out unwise, right? Don't feel bad about what you did, but definitely go and look at what you did and see, look, based on the information at that time, could I have made better decisions if I had a game theoretical framework, if I had an SIPG framework, right? What was the best case scenario? What was the worst case scenario? What were the probabilities, right? Because there's no absolute, there's no 100%, there's no 0%. There's just some kind of fuzziness in between that tends to kind of accumulate in certain areas. Right. So by analyzing these factors, even in a very simplified way, you're already on the path to making better decisions. So in conclusion, this kind of idea is, oh, it should be pretty clear, right? Small, consistent improvements in your decision making will lead to outsized benefits, like huge, perversely good benefits over time. And so the power of game theory in everyday life and its access to everyone, there's no one that can't do, like everyone can implement game theoretical framework in their thinking. Everyone. In a few months, Kitty, no. In a few months, like I've got to figure out how to get Kitty to not jump on all the computers. Yeah. You're very cuddly today. Very cuddly. You want to go play with Voodoo? I mean, with Loki? Go play. I know. So terrible. Cats, they don't use game theory. Well, they probably do. They're probably they use pure game theory. Anyway, small, consistent improvements in decision-making lead to oversized benefits. When you use game theory in everyday life, which is, again, accessible through YouTube, through all sorts of videos, through books that you can get, it's accessible to everyone. No one is left on the sidelines. This is it's a framework for thinking that everybody can employ. So if you start thinking strategically with your daily decisions, even the ones that you don't think are important, and you employ this throughout your life, which is, again, it's a little bit weird and kind of clunky at first, but it creates significant advantages as it adds up in the long run. Okay. So you need to embrace this game theory mindset in your daily decision making. Embrace, what do they say? Embrace the suck. Embrace the game theory mindset. You know, when you're, I was doing a deal one time. We were all in the water, and one of our instructors came, and he was like, "Are you guys cold?" We're like, "Yeah," because we're all like shivering. He said, "Okay, be cold. Just be cold. Quit treating it as if it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's it's just a thing. It's just a data point." You know, in investing, in markets, in all of this stuff, it's all just incentives and outcomes, right? It's incentives and outcomes. The more you can release yourself of the emotional burden of these decisions. And you know what's great? The more game theoretical you are, the more that you have game theory as your fundamental math for decision making, the less emotional things become. You can just tell people how it is. If they don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's fucking math. It doesn't matter. And I mean, maybe I've taken this too much to the extreme, but things are what they are. Oh, well, I don't nothing. Like, we have to kind of, we got to be adults about stuff. And especially when it comes to our investing, you have to be able to reduce all of the emotion out of your decision making as much as possible. And the best way to do that is to, trust in math, trust in, algorithmic integrity. I don't need to trust people. Somebody was asking us about, I don't know about node market. I haven't read the audits. Math, stupid. Like, go and perform an audit yourself. It's crypto. Everything is there for everyone to see. So these kinds of things, there's no emotion involved. People are like, oh, sometimes you get snarky or angry. I don't get angry. I don't give a shit about anything. That's the whole point. If you reduce it to math, there's no emotional investment. Sometimes you just have to speak louder because people won't listen unless you yell and cuss and tell them to fucking wake up. Like normally I don't really cuss a lot. Sometimes I feel like that's the only way to get people's attention. Oh my gosh, he dropped an F-bomb. He's serious this time. So one thing that game theory allows you to do is feel much more confident about your decisions because you know that they're relying on a framework for critical thinking. And when people emotionally retort or respond, you can unemotionally say, like, with math, this is why this is. With very clear, reward function, very clear and very obvious income, incentive, outcome-based discussion, right? You don't have to, well, I feel, I felt, I found. No. Math. On the dollar bill, it says, in God we trust. If there was ever a crypto bill, it would say, in math we trust. Yeah. Now, okay. Now let me tell you something. I don't know that game theory has made me a nicer person. It's probably not done that, because we live in a world where everybody has a lot of feelers and little attention-y, and like, you don't understand me, and I'm an emotional creature, and I'm a little love sponge, and all this. Okay, great. That's cool. And I'm not telling anyone to be like a robot, but if you want to make clear and consistent, pragmatic decisions and employ critical thinking and math on a regular basis, then you will be looked at as cold and sometimes dispassionate, lacking, devoid of emotion. But you will be fucking rich, and you can afford to go to a restaurant where those people can't get in. That sounds bad, but like, eagles fly alone, fellas. And I mean fellas in the colloquial, non-gender sense, to include he, she, they, ziz, viz, sizz, Twizzler, whatever. Yeah, it's facts, not feelings. And I know that, people say that, but I still see it. I still see it when the markets get quiet. I still see it when we had a couple red days and a bunch of people got leveraged out and they got nuked. And people don't realize, like, oh my God, they think like Bitcoin got to 74,000 and just they're going to call it quits because it went down for a couple days because a couple people with leverage got smoked, and they don't realize, like, this is what happens when Wall Street joins the party, right? Like, Bitcoin's going to go past 1 million, but not without wrecking 90% of the people's ambitions and goals. All these, oh, I'm here late, I'm going to make it all up. No, you're not going to make up shit. You're going to lose everything. Markets are typically rookies and amateurs slowly handing their money to veterans and pragmatists. That's the reality. Facts, not feelings. Brian summed it up. That's what I should have called this episode. Facts, not feelings. And economics. I want everyone to say it. Let's coin the term right now. If you guys hear this, if Jensen floats this fucking term at his next deal next year, you're like, oh, we made that up. We made it up. Ours. Right? Economics, AI economics. A lot of people are going to be realizing that they are obsolete. A lot of jobs will be obsoleted. Become a verb? To obsolete. One has been obsoleted. I obsolete, you obsolete, we, they, them, obsolete, right? Economics. If you look around and you see people or yourself, and all you do is take a pile of data and shuffle it around and hand it off to someone else, you are redundant. You probably don't have utility. You are obsolete. You're kind of useless. And this is just a reality that most of us are going to have to grapple with. All right? Like, all the way down the supply chain, all the way up the service industry. When you really dig into it, and we're talking like mechanical and biomechanical robots. We're just talking about right now, just software, self-thinking software. Remember, we're at narrow AI right now, really good narrow AI, borderline AGI. Remember, generally intelligent, self-fixing, self-editing, self-coding, aware entities that are generally intelligent and do as good as humans in all tasks. All right. We're pretty much there. We're not quite there, but we're pretty much there. People can argue and this and that, but I mean, I don't know too many people that I would leverage their opinion rather than Chat GPT or GPT-4 or Anthropic, their Claude 3. Like, I don't know too many humans. Matter of fact, none. So we're already kind of on the cusp, on the precipice of AGI. right? Artificial general intelligence. But then there's that next level, which is ASI, artificial superintelligence. That's where it's very clear that AGI or a swarm of AGI has transcended anything that we're capable of. And in most cases, even our ability to comprehend what we can't comprehend. Like, we won't know what we don't know. And it's hard to determine how long after AGI we get to ASI. It could be a matter of weeks, a year, a matter of seconds. So everybody should probably spend a little bit of time thinking about a post-AGI, a post-ASI world, and what that looks like for us. And if we transition in that direction and people are obsoleted from the workforce, and this is the economics, if people are obsoleted from the workforce as we move forward, what is that going to mean for those people? From the financial side, from the macro side, are we talking about government stipend and a basic income situation, like sustenance payments and whatever you want to call it, stimmies and transfer payments? And what does that look like? And does that create a caste system where if you're getting paid some sustenance, how do you break out of that? Does this end up looking like 2021 forever with just rampant gambling and YOLOing and people just doing the worst things with their money, trying to level up and get rich and get it? Because to me, this looks like UBI and stuff looks like a permanent caste system where unless you're anointed, you're kind of stuck where you're at, which is why pre-AGI and definitely pre-ASI, it is super fucking important what you do right now financially, right? So it's not about catching up. It's about maintaining what you have, making really good decisions, and being very sharp on your decision-making moving forward. You cannot afford to be lazy, to be at zero, or to be on the sidelines. Even if you don't want it, you don't have to invest money to grow. You can grow, philosophically. You can grow, I guess, emotionally. I don't even know what that looks like. But you can grow as a human in your competence with AI systems, in your competence with math, and your competence with game theory and critical thinking and kind of that pragmatic, structure to your thought. You can grow with that so that you don't get obsoleted. You're just leveraging the latest tech. You're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of Joe Sixpack investment-wise. And you've set yourself up so that even if we do go into some global caste system in a world of stimmies and abundance and, Girls Gone Wild, Federal Reserve edition, like you'll be in a better place. Look, if the T-1000s descend on humanity, it's going to be a lot more fun to watch it from a cloud city than it will be to be on the street. On the street, it's probably a bit trickier, right? So you have to make the kind of decisions now that are going to separate you from Joe Sixpack. You got to do that now. I just don't think this is something that has no expiration date on it. This isn't like plastic. This is like milk. It will expire. Your opportunity to do big things will expire. So I think you should give that some real thought and make sure that you're starting to employ, or at least preparing to employ, game theory into your decision-making on a regular basis, and like all of your decisions. And if not, start studying game theory, basic game theory, like yesterday. Okay. All right. That being said, I think we've covered the bases there. Yay. You guys kind of get it. So today we talked about economics and game theory, fun things. Listen, if you guys are trying to up your game on the crypto side, on the AI side, as far as the investment side, you gotta be digital investors, man. You gotta do it. Come on, bro. And on that note, I will bid you adieu. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor, insolvent, drunk, strung out on meth grandmother wouldn't do. As you know, that's very little. She does a lot. Also, we don't know if Brandon's wearing a tank top or not. Hi, Kitty. Kitty's not wearing a tank top. But we assume Brandon is wearing a tank top because he said he was going to go out and ride motorcycles today. So hopefully he doesn't break his neck. All right. And on that note, I bid you a fond adieu. We will see you very soon.
Are you tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.